Marty Clay, Marty Clay, Marty Clay. He's dropped the big bombshell announcement that was on AMW Showdown this past Tuesday night that if you do not defeat Stan Sierra, you are done at AMW. You're just going to pack your bags and go home. Well, you know, Marty, I'm not really surprised that you would commit yourself to something stupid like that because you're really not too smart up here. But for the record, let's make it crystal clear on what you're facing on April the 12th, Marty Clay, because, you know, people, they go by facts nowadays. You can't just walk around and spew a narrative, and because Marty Clay and Joe Clark that kisses his ass over in Eastern Kentucky and John Noble that kisses his ass over in Eastern Kentucky, they spew that narrative also, and it don't make it a fact. It makes it a couple of old guys running their mouth when they should keep it shut and go with facts. But you know what? I'm the savior of AMW, just like I've been for many, many years. I'm going to save it one more time, and I'm not going to allow you and all your ass-kissing friends to perpetrate community after community with disinformation. So I'm going to set the record straight with facts. And the fact is, Marty Clay, I beat you at AMW. I beat you down in Virginia for the All-Star Heavyweight Championship. I beat you in front of the second largest crowd in the history of the UCW Caverna Super Show. Longest wrestling company in the state of Kentucky, and I beat you in front of a capacity crowd. Then we go to Jackson, your hometown. I've been to your hometown, Marty, in front of every single one of your family and every single one of your friends and everybody that ever gave a damn about you, and I beat your ass in the middle of the ring in front of everybody in Jackson. Then, one more time, right off the bat, that's a fact, not made up. For the USWF, for the USWF Heavyweight Championship in Russell County, Kentucky, I beat you there, Marty. So, you know, I keep getting asked all the time when it comes to Marty Clay, you and that Marty Clay, you all got a rivalry. There ain't no rivalry. A rivalry is where two people have been competing. Marty Clay, you ain't been competing. And you know why you ain't been competing? Because you're not on my level. That's why. You can only do so much. You know, you said yourself, oh, I got under the learning tree of John Noble, Eddie Browning, Kyle Maggard. Well, guess what, pal? Stan Sierra has beat every single one of them. I have beat John Noble in his hometown. I have pinned Eddie Browning all over Eastern Kentucky. And Kyle Maggard, my friend, but we're dealing in facts. The last time I wrestled Kyle Maggard, he got packed out in his home school in front of all his fans on a gurney. So to get on AMW Showdown and tout and brag and name drop that these are the guys that trained you, well, guess what? All four of you guys got something in common. You've all had your ass beat by Stan Sierra. And you know, Marty, one thing that kills me, I had to come to this place and get the feeling in me about real working people. Being a place where real work's done, not where false narratives are spread, not where fake ideology is perpetrated amongst illiterate people. And see, that's kind of what you've done over in Jackson and Hazard and all those areas. You have too little sense in that brain that God gave you, and you used it to perpetrate a lie to convince the people of Jackson, Kentucky, and Hazard and the surrounding areas that you actually got a chance in hell of beating me. And if we go back and we look at the facts, clearly you don't. But you know what, Marty? I hear it all the time. You know, people say they're hungry. You know, that seems to be a word that gets passed around an awful lot. I'm hungry. I'm hungrier than this guy. I'm hungrier than that guy. Well, you know what being hungry is, Marty? Being hungry is defending the AMW Heavyweight Championship over 1,200 days. Town in, town out, night in, night out. Being hungry is breaking your leg and tearing every ankle in your tendon and showing up 3 days later in a cast in front of 500 people cutting a promo. That's what being hungry is. Something that you know nothing about, Marty. What you know about is the same thing as your mentors, as you said, taught you. You know about losing. You don't know about winning. You have no clue what it takes to go 1,200 days, town in, town out. This championship has been defended in over 5 states. Do you got what it takes, Marty? History tells us you do not. But let me make something crystal clear, and I'm going to make it crystal clear, since nobody in AMW will do it for me and do their job like they should because they're jealous of Stan Sierra. They're jealous of everything I've accomplished. You know, you got the old guys that like to sit in the mountains and they say, oh, way back when, you know, I done. Well, you ain't doing it now. I've done it now. And I've done it for over 1,200 days. And a matter of fact, I've rode right over the top of each and every one of you old timers in them mountains that says you was somebody. Guess what? Stan Sierra has beat you. That is a fact. So make it known right now and make it clear. You want to talk about people, Marty's the future, Marty's this. Let me tell you right now, the reason that high school after high school is packed out is because of Stan Sierra. It is packed out for what I have done in these mountains over in the last 10 years, a place that nobody wanted to come to. But Stan Sierra come to them mountains, and guess what? I've made it the hot spot to be. I've made it relevant on my back. So AMW should show a lot more appreciation and a lot more thanks for what Stan Sierra has done there. As a matter of fact, every wrestler that comes to an AMW event to work a show, when you get that pay envelope at the end of the night, open it up and thank Stan Sierra because of me, because of my determination, because of my work ethic to come in, town out, hurt. I showed up every time and I defended the AMW Championship, and I've had it for over 1,200 days. Come April the 12th, Marty Clay, you gave me more incentive than a man could ever have. Because you see, I don't give a damn if you're not at AMW. Whoop-de-doo. Who gives a shit? Marty Clay is going to take his ball and go to the house. Well, you know what, son? Go ahead and take your ball and don't even show up on April the 12th, and don't make me humiliate you one more time in front of your peers, in front of your family, and send you packing like a yellow coward. Go ahead and leave now like a man with a little dignity. Because April the 12th, Marty Clay, I've never been more hungry. I've never been more pumped up. The thought of you not ever being in AMW again makes pure joy come over my heart. Not sadness, because you know what? We don't need you anyway. Every card for the last 18 years, ever since there has been an existence of AMW, guess who's been the top of it? Stan Sierra. And guess what? Over 95% of them have been very successful. So one would say, take your ball and go home, Marty. Nobody gives a damn. We'll be just fine. And I'll keep on being the champion, and I'll keep on doing what I'm doing. April the 12th, you're going to show up in your hometown, and you're going to look at your family and friends, And you're going to look at these guys that you claim was their influence, and all four of you are going to walk out April the 12th with your heads down low, and you're going to turn around and look, and you're going to see me, Marty, standing in that ring in your hometown one more time with the AMW Heavyweight Championship held high above my head. That will be the last thing you ever see in AMW. So long, pal.